Hey guys, I'm Candice and welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a quick video today of how I'm teaching second grade with my 7-year-old the Charlotte Mason way. I'm not a pure Charlotte Mason person. We started out the year doing more classical, and we're just kind of slowly getting into Charlotte Mason, so don't expect like pure strict Charlotte Mason. It's just we're adding more Charlotte Mason aspects into our homeschool. So I just wanted to show kind of what we've changed since the beginning of the year. And really we've just done this like the past 3 weeks. So this is really still kind of new to us, but it's going great. I love it, and this is what we're going to stick with throughout the rest of the year. So, alright, the first thing I'm going to start with is Ambleside Online. We are doing year 1 just because I don't like starting like in the middle of something, and I wanted to ease ourselves into the literature that they have. So we are doing year 1, and I printed this out, and right now we are in week 4. Actually, yeah, we're on week 4 now. So, and they have all this, and they have these free reads, so it actually goes really well with what we're doing, because we've done Charlotte's Web as our first read aloud, and then Little House of Big Woods is our read aloud now if we ever get through it. But so that worked out really well that we did year 1. So that's what we're doing for our reading. And right now we're doing our read aloud, Little House in Big Woods. We've been working on this like for a month now, a little more than a month, and we are almost done with it. So it usually takes us about a month to do a read aloud chapter book. The next thing is our memory work. I'm not really strict on memory work. We've just started really working on it, kind of, and we're still on our first poem, is The Moon, and we just started like the second stanza, so that's what we're doing. And she has been reading it every day, and I take it away from her, and then she reads it. She tries to recall it from memory. And we also do copy work with this, and she copies it in her journal. This is the journal that she does her copy work, and a lot of everything that she does and writes goes in this. So, like, she does her copy work for her poem. Girls, shh, girls, shh, girls, shh, not so loud, okay? Alright, she does her narrations in this. She does her copy work, she does her poem work. If we go on trips, like we went to the mountains this weekend, she wrote about our adventure there. And while I'm talking about this, I went to, should have been more organized. I got this in the mail yesterday, and we did this yesterday, so that's what she did. And that's copy work as well. I really like this. This is really awesome. So we'll stick with this throughout this year for copy work and drawing and stuff, and kind of like theme work. Alright. Another thing to go with Ambleside is most of the readings that I do off Ambleside is on my Kindle, and I just bring it up on my Kindle. Except for Paddle to the Seas, which I had to order. So we're on, like I said, we're on week 4, so we're on chapter 4 this week. So that's what we're doing this week. I think we're on chapter 4. No. Okay. No, I was wrong. We're not on chapter 4 this week. We skipped a week. So next week we'll do chapter 4 of this Paddle to the Sea. This is really cute. We are still doing All About Reading. We love this. This has been working really good for me we are getting closer to the end of level 1, and we'll move on to level 2. So that's what we're doing for reading. I have a reluctant reader, so it's great for that. And I'm also sprinkling in a little bit of this English for the Thoughtful Child as our kind of grammar and language arts, because I really love this. So I'm determined that we're going to do it. So, because the next thing is we are still doing Handwriting Without Tears. We're doing this one, and we just started with the cursive a little bit, so that's what we kickstart cursive with the printing. She is getting a little better about her handwriting. We have our really studious days, and we also have our really lax days. So on a studious day, we do handwriting, all about reading, math, our read alouds, our copy work, our memory work, and I mean science, everything those days. I mean, like I said, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot. But on our lax days, we still do all about reading and math, and usually copy work. And then we do these instead of all the extra things, history, science, or anything like that. We do these horse journals, and I've already showed this in a previous video, so I'm not going to show it again, but we really like this. We have to do this every day. And I also got this from Cracker Barrel, and we did this yesterday, yesterday. So this was really nice. It's just got a bunch of activities in it, and it talks about the different things about horses, got some recipes that they can do, and yeah, I really enjoyed this, so this will be fun to do. Alright, for math, we started out with Horizons at the beginning of the year, and now we have gone back and we're doing this addition fact set stick to help her with her addition facts, and then we'll work on subtraction facts once she really has these addition facts down, which she's struggling with. So that's what we do for math. We also do the Prodigy math game online, which is free. So usually every day she plays that for about 10 minutes on the computer, and then at night we do these bedtime math I do with all the kids for our bedtime story. So Mackenzie really likes this. So this is really great just to add that extra little bit in. For history, the Ambleside Online, that's a lot of history. So it has the Island Story and 50 famous stories, which are history stories. So that's kind of our history, but once a week we read a chapter from Story of the World, because we started the year out with this, and I really like the way it's written and the activities that come with it in the activity book and the map work and all that stuff. So that's what we do about once a week, if I stay on top of it. And that's it for history. That's all we do. So the next one is science, and usually I try to do once or twice a week. I'll read just one of these pages, and it's a question, and then it answers the question, just to kind of introduce these scientific terms and just these science concepts to the girls. We don't follow any science curriculum or anything, but we do nature studies, and we go outside a lot. Every day, I'm really weird about being outside, so every time they can go outside, I want them to go outside, and we either go out into our backyard, or we go down the road to a nature trail, or even to the playground. I mean, anything to get us outside in fresh air. And now that we're doing Charlotte Mason, I'm trying to be very mindful of, if that's the right term, or very attentive to the actual nature study part of it, and looking at, hey, look at this leaf, girls. What kind of tree do you think this is? Let's look it up. And a good resource is this Nature Anatomy. And I want to get the Handbook of Nature Study as well, eventually in these next couple weeks. But this is what I have so far. The illustrations are beautiful in here, and it's just really nice, and it grabs my girls' attention. So that's what we use. And another resource is these Take Along Guide, the trees, leaves, and bark for tree phytomidification. That's really what we're doing right now. And I don't know what we'll do in the winter, I guess, with evergreens and stuff. So this is a really great resource. I really recommend this to anybody who is looking for something for nature study. So, and that's it. It sounds like a lot, and it seems like my pile over here is huge, but it's really not a lot. It usually takes us about an hour to an hour and a half if we actually sit down and just do schoolwork. Or I really just, most days, it just sprinkles throughout the day. So we do a little bit here and a little bit here, and some during nap time, and some in the evening for, like last night, we did our read aloud for our Ambleside reading at bedtime. Oh, Mars. She loves the camera. You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Oh, they like to lick me. You say hi?
Hi.
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 She has Band-Aid sticky stuff because while we were up in the mountains, she scratched her eye, so we had to make a makeshift with a napkin and Band-Aids on her face, so.
And that is going now.
What?
Going now.
What? What are you saying? So, that's it. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye. I'm making milk all myself.
She made chocolate milk all by herself. Very proud. Getting into the kitchen a lot these days and making her lunches and drinks. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to cut it off now.